the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Miami Dolphins.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete.
The pass.
He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Take it at the 37. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football.
46-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Miami.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
14.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Devontae Parker, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Tua now on first down. It's complete to Parker, left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers, nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with play. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, Tua. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Tua to Parker there for the Miami first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. Firing
quickly here, and that's complete. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown.
Complete to
Devontae Parker with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he puts it through. Now he's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Pulled in at the 24. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Off a play action. Tagovailoa rolling to his left. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Tua with a throw complete to Parker. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Miami.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 8 yards out. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
At their own 25-yard line. Let's give them a shot.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First down, Dolphins.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They run again with Breida. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida.
Matt Breida, the ball carrier.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Drake. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
On the tackle.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Tua sets up to pass it. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here's Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Mike Gesicki, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
To kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2.
But they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
At their own 30.
Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On third down, a run from Breida. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They run forward Breida, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
At the 30-yard line.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gritty play there. Put his nose down and got his guys a first.
10-10 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaq Lawson able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Kyle Van Noy. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And the pressure gets to him again. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This game is all but over after that last 4th down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The Dolphin 1st down.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting.